Also, we got episode 854 of One Piece, which I thought was a pretty good episode. Obviously, focus on Luffy versus Katakuri. In fact, these past 5 episodes alone they've been decent far. And ever since the Pedro sacrifice, One Piece has been on point, at least the anime, in my opinion. And last week was pretty good too, where we saw Nami having faith in the captain, actually following Luffy's orders and like pretty much giving the orders to the rest of the crew to break all the mirrors on the Sunny. At the same time, having hesitation but having faith in the captain even more so. So that was kind of cool. We got to find out what Jinbei's role is going to be once he officially joins the crew. He's going to be the helmsman of the Straw Hats. Obviously, with what he did last week and what was explained to Luffy in this episode, yeah, that's definitely going to happen. He's going to be the helmsman of the crew. Anyway, he follows suit. We see Nami and the rest of the crew breaking all the mirrors, or at least attempting to. And we see one mirror that's being targeted by Brule and company. They're going to shoot the flaming arrows through the mirror world into the Sunny again. But this time, Carrot, I believe, is the one that breaks that mirror. So that was kind of cool. I saw the mirrors that's been broken, full mirrors, but there's still broken pieces of glass that's on the floor. So Luffy's still able to communicate with Nami and the rest of the crew. You need to talk, so you need to get away from Katakuri and the crew. So he gained some distance, and even the father are like, yo, is he running away? And then Katakuri's like, yeah, I'm not gonna happen. So he follows suit, and then Nami explains that we're gonna meet up at Cocoa Island, so make sure you wait for us there, or make sure you meet up with us there at 1 a.m. And even Nami's like, yo, Luffy says, yo, I found a way to get out of this without any mirrors. And Nami's like, no, you won't, because you never plan out anything. So that was funny. And Nami breaks out that, yo, we're gonna meet up at 1 a.m. at Cocoa Island. We're gonna meet up with Sanjin once he's done with the cake. So there's a time limit now. So there you go. So there's actually a quote where, well, I guess before Luffy can respond, here comes Katakuri with the mochi to restrain Luffy, and then that part of the mirror, or the broken part of the mirror, just shatters in front of her. So obviously Nami and the rest of the crew are kind of like worried, okay, what's going on here? So he can't respond back. Like I said, Katakuri restrains Luffy with the mochi, then comes down with, I guess, his own version of the Gear Third kick, or Gear Third stomp. Luffy, by the way, I like how when he uses armor and haki, when he uses his own version of a Gear Third, I like how it's shaded blue. I thought that was a nice little touch. It kind of reminds me of what happens when Luffy goes in Gear Fourth, when you see the red outline. Here you see the blue outline. I thought it's kind of cool how it distinguished between the two, so that's kind of cool. Avoids the stomp. However, Katakuri uses Willow Mochi to use multiple and just stomps the hell out of Luffy. I mean, it's bad. Luffy gets wrecked in this episode. If he's okay. In fact, when Luffy gets kicked into the wall, there's a part where Luffy actually holds his mouth so he doesn't yell out in pain. If you notice that, that's the reason why he was doing that, so he couldn't, so the others won't get worried. So again, yeah, Luffy, like, he was getting stomped all over the place, and then finally, Luffy responds to Nami and says, "Yo, I'm okay." He pulls the weirdest looking face I've ever seen Luffy have. So it's like, "Yo, I'll meet up with you. I'll meet up with you on Cocoa Island. I'm probably already there waiting for you." And the rest of the crew are like, "Yo, are so happy by this," except for Jinbei, because he pretty much realizes the gravity of the situation. Like, yeah, this is Katakuri he's dealing with. So it's probably not going as Luffy is stating. So that's pretty much where the first portion of the episode goes in, with Luffy communicating with the crew. Then even that music when Luffy gets back up, like dun 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 dun, at the first portion of the episode where Luffy gets back up, you got Katakuri's like, "Yo, you're about to say you're not gonna die, right, Luffy?" Mugiwara, and then Luffy pretty much states the following: "Yo, I'm not gonna die here." So obviously that future side of Katakuri, knowing what Luffy's gonna say before Luffy says it. And then we shift over to, I guess, Mondo and Tamago, and this is interesting because this, I guess, it segues into where the Vince Smokes are, because Mondo's like, Tamago is actually questioning if actually the Straw Hats evaded, found a way to escape Big Mom, and Mondo's like, "Yo, have faith in the Big Mom family," but it's like, at the same time, it's like we're going to deal with the Straw Hats and the Vince Smokes, and this is where we go over to Yanji in this fight. And this is actually foreshadowing when it comes to like the appearance of one of the Big Mom pirates. When I read the manga, so I know what's ahead. But Yeah, that was definitely foreshadowing. And it just ends with him spitting fire at Yonji, obviously because of his iron body. That's not going to work. But I just like how it's focusing on the Vince modes because it did not do that in the manga at this point. So that's cool. We didn't get to see Reiju, Ichiji, and Niji. That would have been nice too. See what they're up to. Probably kicking ass and saying. He actually brings out his trident. He summons his trident, his weapon. He calls it Mole. He tries to spear Luffy. Luffy avoids it, and then he pierces a hole through the wall. So this fight is about to get extreme because obviously Katakuri using his weapon now. I'll be waiting for this for a long time, so obviously the fight's going to get even more intense from what it's already been. And this fight's just been Luffy getting ragdolled all over the place. The hole that Katakuri loses from his mole through the wall ends up falling apart and almost crushes Luffy. And even Luffy's like surprised by this, like, whoa, I almost got crushed by that thing. And then we get a conversation between Katakuri when he says like, "Don't do it, Luffy, because I know what you're about to do because I see through all your attacks." And then you see Brulei's like, "Oh, just give up and die already, Luffy, straight," because Katakuri saying, "No, don't do it, don't say it," because he knows what Luffy's about to do after Brulei gives the speech about hyping up Katakuri, about Katakuri's never been taken down off his feet. He's always sat down above everybody else. He's never been looked down upon, which is foreshadowing, in my opinion, for what's about to happen. The kiss of death. Like, the praise that Katakuri's getting, it's obviously Luffy hates that shit. So Luffy tries to punch Brulei, blocks Luffy's attacks, like, "What were you about to do to my sister?" with a pissed off expression. By the way, the artwork when it comes to Katakuri and Luffy was great in this episode. So obviously that continues. Hopefully it will. But yeah, Katakuri got pissed off. Like, you see the veins popping and everything. Like, yeah, Luffy might have gone fucked up here. He gets thrown into the wall. And this is where he brings out his trident to almost stab Luffy. So yeah. And then they split blitz each other. And then Luffy goes gear second. He's like, "Yo, I'm not gonna lose this one." He uses Red Heart, which I can't remember if he did this at this point in the fight. If he did, that's cool. If he didn't, that's cool because they're adding stuff to the fight, which I was kind of hoping he would. But either way, he uses Red Hawk. It doesn't work because Katakuri uses Trident to, like, he spins the Trident and he just blocks the attack, which I don't think has ever happened in One Piece. Correct me if I'm wrong. At least not that way. The Red Hawk hasn't worked. So that was kind of cool. So Luffy's going to have to use a new arsenal of moves, or he's going to have to use Gear 4 real quick because what he's using now isn't working. Then Brulei kind of reveals, like, "Yo, I know what you were saying before, Luffy, about meeting up at Coco Island." So Brulei released this information over the Dendamushi to Paraspero. Now he's got word the Straw Hats are still alive, so now they can prepare for this shit. So this is not going to go as well as the Straw Hats think it will, with the rest of the crew getting word, or at least Paraspero at this point. And we see obviously something weird going on with Big Mom because she doesn't yell out "wedding cake" almost continuously like she has been. She does, but only when she smells Nuts Island, or she discovers Nuts Island, right? So yeah, so there's obviously something happening with Big Mom. Perispero's like, "Don't go that way because we need to go to Coco Island." And Perispero's already thinking about this because he can save his ass because he was obviously lying about the wedding cake. But if Pudding's making his wedding cake, then that's going to save his ass. So he needs that cake to still be intact, otherwise he's going to get it too. So that's why he's like trying to convince Big Mom not having any of it. Big Mom's going for that Nuts Island. And this is a way of getting Big Mom out of the picture, at least out of the danger zone for the Straw Hats, until they can at least try and meet up with Sanji on Coco Island. So yeah, so that's why that was there. With the Trident to, like, spear Luffy, it ends that way, so we don't see what happens. Obviously, Luffy's not going to get stabbed. But yeah, it's just an ending in a bad situation. Next week, like I said, we're going to get a reveal about Katakuri and his characterization or his appearance, so that's going to be fun. Also, we're going to get to see Capone, so I wonder what he's going to do next. So, either way, decent episode, focuses on Luffy versus Katakuri, and gets the plot moving further. Let me know what you guys think down below. That's it from me. Thanks so much for watching. Like this review if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Bye.